Have you ever had something in your life, and you will have done, where you had to do it, but it didn't seem achievable at the time? You might have had the money, or you might have thought you had the time or the resources or whatever it was. It might have been, I remember a stag do years ago where I was working all the hours God sends, and I didn't really have much excess money, and it was like £1.5 grand or something. And at the time you're like, oh, how am I going to make this work? But you make it work. Like you work things out. You might need to have bought something for your child. You might have needed to finish some work or meet a deadline, and it doesn't seem achievable at the time. But because you've got to do it, and because it's a thing you decide to do, you make it work. And life has a way of working this thing out, and it magically kind of happening. Not necessarily fully magic, but it's kind of, if it's a thing in your head that is a dead cert, say your best friend's getting married and you've got to step up and do some duties, or there's just a wedding you've got to go to, but you've got no time or the money to do it, but you know in your mind it's like, well, this has got to happen, I've got to be there, I've got to do this, and you make it happen. That's what the Life Master element, part of the element of, once you've cleared away the foundations and dealt with the past, got a system to deal with the present, and manage everything. I've just got, it's basically like a life feed. It's not just a calendar for everything that's coming up. It brings together absolutely everything you're thinking about, everything that you've got to do: bills, insurance, meetings, deadlines, work, collaboration, project management. So I can just log in and see my life feed and click along and make sure everything in all those 5 areas of life is working harmoniously. Once you've got that, then it's the case of looking to the future and going, what do I want? Like, I want this business to be turning over at least £1 million a year. £3,456 a day will take us to 1.25 million. To take off some of most of the taxes, it'll be about £1 million take home. Great. Then we can go to the next level, £1 million a month probably. And so, because I've decided that in my head, it's just a no questions. I've made an agreement with myself to do that. And I think that's what this Life Master is about. It's very all well and good going, oh, I wish I had a better job, I wish I was a bit thinner, I wish I was a bit healthier, I wish I had more money in the bank. But these are all kind of wishy-washy, thoughts without any certain clear and crystal solidified, written down, hardened, decided, defined goals. And that's really, really important, because you can't then measure. If I want to turn over 3,456 a day, when it starts taking money and it starts taking on average 200 a day, I can be like, right, I'm taking 200 a day. I've still got £3,246 per day to go to get to my goal, and I'm not going to stop to get to that goal. We're on day 41 of non-conformity company. In my head, this is just a given now. It's a video a day. Like, nothing's going to get in the way of that. I will make it work around my life and the people and everything else around me. But it's something that's in there. I've also just completed at 2 p.m. today. It will be an 11-day detox. So I said I'm going to do an 11-day detox on the 1st of July. It technically started the day before at roughly 2 p.m. And so yeah, I feel good. I've committed to that. So if we can't commit to things for ourselves, how on earth are we going to get things done in life and do things for people around us and achieve things in life? We need to decide exactly where we are going and then set out to get there. And you only need to do a little thing per day, like I'm doing this video and doing some work to grow the company and to move it to where it was, little by little, and it will start to unfold and grow and take off. I know that because I'm doing and I've committed to these things. So I want you to think about those things in life in the past that didn't seem achievable, that were just like, oh, how is this going to happen? But you made it work. You made it happen. Now, then start to think and define in each one of those 5 areas: health, work, people, finances, and evolution. Start defining what you want. Like in the finances, I'm defining what vehicles I want. I want a camper van. I want a Toyota Hilux truck. I want another smaller camper adventure vehicle. Those 3 vehicles are in the assets. So I'm defining what I want. I don't have those yet, but that's what I'm going to go for and I'm going to have. This does work. It's worked for me in the past. And I kind of lost track a little bit over the past few years, just due to various reasons. You know, we go through cycles in life, but rebuilding and bringing everything that I've learnt. And what I have then on the LifeMaster system is repeating daily LifeMaster task, and it comes up at 5 a.m. every day. And on that, I click on it, and it's got my detailed description of everything: health, then it goes into mind, body, nutrition, and energy. So I'll put, 80 kilograms, 10% body fat in the body. In the finances, assets, those 3 vehicles, my net worth, income for nonco. We'll go into more detail on this. And we've got the mini course you can click to on lifemaster.io to do the 6-part introductory kind of journey to LifeMaster. And what you then start to see is that repeats every day. So I'm waking up, and one of the first things I'm doing is I'm looking at my repeating life task. I click on it, and then I read down all of those items. We've got some really, really powerful mind meditation visualization exercises that go with this that will come later. But for now, if you just have this repeating task, and one of the first things you do is you look every day, every morning down that, and you go, that's where I'm going. What am I going to do today? Then you get a piece of A4 paper and you write down the 5 areas: health, work, people, evolution, finances. And then you just write 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 things in each one of those areas that you're going to do today, new, that are going to move towards that ideal life goal. Now, I don't do the ideal life goals in 1 year it's going to be this, 5 years this, 10 years this. No, you just say what is the optimum you want now and define it, and you go there. Now that can evolve as well and change, and it should, because you'll start to find that you'll quickly start to accelerate on these things once you commit to it, once you get into it. This needs to be one of those things that I'm talking about, and absolutely just it's nothing gets in the way of it. This is where you're going. This is what you're doing. You need to commit to yourself as if this is like your best friend getting married, and you need to step up and do all the duties. You be your own best friend and step up, and this is where you're going, for you, for your future, and for all the people around you. And then if you just write down 1 thing a day that you're going to do to get towards that, you'll very quickly start to notice the power of compound interest. Things will really start to move. So looking at your ideal life every day, first thing, and then just writing down on some A4 paper and doing this every day, it starts to ingrain in your subconscious. You'll start to then be researching things and doing things start automatically, and things will start to happen and magnify and really increase exponentially. So yeah, think about that. Think about past things that you've committed to and made happen just because you had to make them happen, and then take that energy and method and attach it to your life and where you want to go. Define it, write it down. And yeah, sign up lifemaster.io, free community of like-minded people, free 6-part mini course, and loads more to come.